Hi there, Adrian from Groundhogg here, talking about the newest extension in our store, and that is the brand spanking new sales pipeline extension for Groundhogg. This extension is designed to allow you to not only manage all of your email marketing and your automation, but also your sales within WordPress in one simple, cohesive platform. This adds some sales pipeline functionality, some sales automation functionality, so mobile functionality for on the go, and other cool stuff. And we're just going to jump right in because it's super cool, and I know you're going to love it. So upon installing the sales pipeline extension, you're going to have two new items added to the Groundhog menu. You're going to have deals and you're going to have pipelines. We're going to talk about deals in a sec, but we're just going to talk about the pipelines for now. Groundhog has the ability to have as many separate pipelines as you want. You can have 100, you can have one, you can have four. It's totally up to you. So if you have different sales teams and you want different sales teams to operate in different pipelines, you want everybody to operate in the same pipeline, or however many pipelines you want, you can create as many in different variations, combinations, and it's very, very cool. So let's just create a brand spanking new pipeline and get this thing underway. So we're going to click on Add New, and it's going to auto generate a brand new pipeline for us to use. By default, it's going to give us the pretty standard 4 stages among all sales teams. It's you have a new contact, you're going to qualify the contact, you're going to submit a proposal, and you're going to negotiate, and then it either goes into won or lost, which are special stages in the pipeline. Get to that in a moment. But you can reorder these stages, you can rename these stages, you can delete these stages, you can add new stages so that you can get the entire pipeline process that you want. You can have 26 stages, you can have 1 stage, you can have 4 stages. Again, it's totally up to you. In each of these stages, you have the ability to just quickly add a deal on the go with just by clicking any of these giant add deal buttons. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to add a deal. I am going to provide a deal title. So let's do that. I'm just going to enter some test deal. Then I'm going to choose a contact, just myself. I'm also going to apply myself as the owner of said deal. I'm going to give it a potential revenue of $100. Set the projected close date of let's say, the 11th, which is tomorrow. Set the priority as high, and click on Add. And boom, there it is. I now have a deal just added right into that stage. I can then drag this stage, or sorry, this deal among different stages. And every time you do that, you can see that the totals for the stage kind of reset at the top whenever you do that, which is kind of nice. I can then also edit this deal. So all of the information about the contact shows up on the left. So where they came from, what page they signed up on, what their phone number is, their address, their email address, and these are also clickable. So if you have a call platform or call program up and running on your computer, you can click on the phone number to choose an application to call that person, or you can click on that, and that will open up your email client to immediately send an email. You can also edit any information about the deal on the right-hand side here. Save those changes to any, or you can also save any changes just by clicking the Save Changes button on the right here. Let's go ahead and add another deal. Test deal. Set the projected revenue to 1,000 or to, let's say, $200. Set the projected close date. And then we can set the priority. Not that it really matters. We have another deal. Let's just name this test deal 2. And let's add one more. Test deal 3. $300. Closing on the 31st rather, and add that. Okay, so now we have a few deals on the go here. Just update, just be sure that everything's all nice and relevant. Okay, so now that we have a few deals and we're moving these deals along and I can drag these in between different stages, I want to mark some of these deals as won or lost. Hovering over any of the deals reveals a couple icons. We have this green kind of one ribbon for one, and we have this red dislike button for lost. So I can click this one. It's going to ask me to confirm if I want to mark my deal as one. I'm going to click OK, and then it says congratulations, and it disappears as it should from the pipeline. I'm going to say this one got lost along the way. Click on lost that deal. Click OK to confirm, and it says sorry, you'll get them next time as an inspirational message. And then I'm going to leave this one in progress. So that covers it for the pipeline UI. It's pretty compact, pretty succinct, super easy to train any sales team members on. There's not a whole lot going on, but there's certainly flexible enough in order to make sure that your sales team has access to the information that they need in order to close deals as quickly as possible. If you have people on the road, this format is not exactly great for them. It's not mobile responsive, and the whole drag and drop thing probably wouldn't work very well on a mobile phone, which is why we also have the Deals UI, which is a pretty more standard and robust WordPress UI setup. So along the top, we can see all the deals of which are in progress. We can see which deals have been won and which deals have been lost. And we can click on any of those deals to edit them. So let's just click on edit, and it's going to bring me to this UI here where it's just got some stuff. I can see the title, the associated contact, the deal owner, the priority, and I can move this deal among different stages. I can add notes to the deal, and I can just click update, and all of this is mobile responsive, so it fits succinctly into a mobile phone screen. If you make a mistake in the pipeline and you accidentally mark a deal as won or lost when you didn't really mean to, you can actually come here, find the deal, and then just click on still in progress, and that will put it back into progress in the pipeline for you to modify at a later date, which is kind of nice. And same thing with lost deals. You can also delete them, and you can edit them if you need to change any information after you've marked it as won or lost, since you can't edit it in the pipeline. So that's the Deals UI, which is mobile responsive. We have the Pipelines UI, which is great for desktop sales teams. Let's talk about automation. So, of course, you're probably going to want to send follow-up emails or launch automation whenever a contact or a deal gets moved from one stage to the next within a pipeline. And it's super easy to do that in Groundhogg. Let's just open up our funnel. And I have already some steps set up here. So the pipeline extension adds an action and a benchmark to the funnel builder. The action obviously is allowing you to create deals automatically, and the deal moved benchmark is whenever a deal is moved between stages. So here's the create deal benchmark, or sorry, the create deal action rather, right here. We can enter a deal title, for example, first, last, web design. So the deal title accepts all replacement codes, which is nice. We can select a deal owner, which will act as a backup to whatever the current contact owner is. So if the current contact doesn't have an owner, then it will use the one you set here. If it already has an owner, then it's just going to assume that it's that owner. You, of course, can overwrite that just by using the actual apply owner step first. Then under that, we have, you can set a default potential revenue, so $600, let's say. You can set a projected close date from the day of, so you can choose hours, weeks, months, in order to give an estimate of how long this deal might take to close. You can set a priority. So if this particular set of deals or wherever this person is coming from isn't necessarily that important, you can select medium or low, or high if it is super important. Select the stage and pipeline you want this particular deal to go into. And then you can also add some notes to the deal. And this, you can use any particular replacement codes in this area as well, and this will show up in the deal notes with all of the merged information from the contact record, which is really nice, so your salespeople don't have to do all of that work themselves. So we have the create deal action rather, and then we have the deal moved benchmark, and this is for when you want to use automation in between the stages of or the deal being moved in between stages rather. So we can select any particular stage in any particular order, and then we can put actions in between those stages so that emails get sent out. So if they're going into, let's say, the qualification stage, then we can send them an email that says we need this information from you in order to make sure the proper qualifications are met. Proposal, you can send an email that says, hey, we're working on your proposal. You should receive it from X sales agent within a matter of hours, something like that. And all of this is here in order to make sure that you can build the ultimate sales pipeline process in as quickly a manner as possible. Next, we're just going to quickly move on to the last and possibly coolest aspect of the pipeline, which is the reporting. So we have a couple new reports added to the, to the dashboard. Yes, it's called a dashboard. And the first one is the pipeline breakdown, which is right here. So you can select whichever pipeline that you want. So we can see here that this month, I'm going to change the reporting time to this month, that we have 1 active deals, and that same active deal is expected to close this month. So the deals closing column will show you how many deals are expected to close within the given time range, and how many versus how many are actually just currently active. Then down here we can see how many have been won within this time period, as well as how many have been lost within this time period. And then over to the right, we have the revenue over time report, which is essentially a reflection of this, just in graph format. So we can see revenue won within the time period. So we can see today is January 10th, and we can see that we won $100 today because I just marked that deal as won. We can see that we lost $300, or not necessarily lost, but we deals which were lost totaled $300 potential revenue. And then we can see that over here, we have projected revenue of $200 in this time period, so that we can expect that revenue coming up, which is kind of cool. All right, so that covers the sales pipeline in a nutshell. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, info@groundhogg.io, or use the Facebook group, contact us page, or any contact method in order to ask your question, where we'll be happy to respond. If you have any requests about this particular extension, such as feature updates and bug reports, you're more than welcome to share them with us. We really want to make this extension usable among a variety of different verticals. And your input is always highly cherished and valued. And it is highly likely that if your request is a good one, that you will see it come to fruition, not only just in a matter of weeks, but in a matter of days. So please send that information to us. Thank you for spending the time with me, and I hope you have a great day.